Yo!
Yayo Talk Show!
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Molly.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Marco.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Katie.
Dreamin'!
Al's name didn't fit. They talk about the show, this group of four friends been going for 1,000,000 years, there's no end. Watching every arc and saga, no sleep. It's the king of anime, 1,000 episodes deep.
Yayo Talk Show!
Talking about One Piece.
It's the name of the podcast.
We're not on Vine. Yayo Talk Show. Talking about
One Piece.
Act 2 of Wano. Sorry to keep you waiting, you pieces of shit. What's up, witches, privateers, and non-binary buccaneers? Welcome aboard the most chaotic One Piece podcast on the Grand Line Internet. Now, very funnily enough, that was actually still a haiku. Sorry to keep you waiting. Haiku. Sorry to keep you waiting was 7, and you pieces of S was 5. Before
Are
we
you allowed
get
to say that?
Are you gonna bleep that, or are you gonna keep that?
Oh, I'm gonna bleep it because it's funnier. Before we get...
Go off, Queen, I guess.
no,
No,
she gave me
not again.
permission.
No.
Get it though?
Oh! High fives, Al.
Can we? I want to introduce the crew because this Act 2 of Wano is so dense that you might be listening to us talk about it for quite some time. Let's introduce you, the captain of the CrUno Pirates, Molly D. Simpy.
Hello.
Hi, Molly.
What?
Hi.
Hello? What?
Oh man, wild theorist Caden Jensen.
Hello, I guess is what we're doing today.
I don't know. I'm trying to be nice.
And the last boy, Al McClellan.
Hi. I am also at the tea party.
Y'all,
Molly, you haven't been nice for like 30 episodes. Why start now?
What? What do you mean?
y'all, there's something funny that you don't even know. I've been recataloging and making video episodes. We've done this bit before.
This exact
Oh my
thing.
God.
That same bit where Molly and Caden go ooh woo and Al goes real rough.
Oh my God, have we run out of material?
Oh God!
Or are we officially doing callbacks now?
No, it's
We're-
all
oh my
it's all
God.
cyclical. It's all gonna come back to the beginning. It's just like starting a journey and then it going way later into the journey, and then this arc of the journey also rhymes with the beginning of the journey, and it's all One Piece.
It's like
all One
poetry.
Piece.
It's like they rhyme, like George
Yeah.
Lucas said.
No.
Nothing's original anymore.
It started with yelling and it's going to end with yelling. I've decided.
Exactly.
Forever yelling. I am the internet's gentleman, Mark Budonica. The B stands for Bonesman. Welcome in, everybody. We are talking about Act 2 of Wano. If this is your first episode, you picked a hell of a time to start.
Okay, can I stop for a minute? Who starts in the middle of something?
Somebody will. There are new social media popping up all over the place. Somebody might
Okay,
be
cool, but
discovering
do
us
you
for the
start-
first
do you-
time.
Do you go to like episode 85 of an anime and be like, well, who the hell is this guy? It's like,
Okay.
you don't know anybody.
Sometimes they click the
counterpoint.
first one and just be like, oh, let's just check out the flavor of this. What's the flavor, you know?
If you cut a sandwich in half, where do you bite into the sandwich?
We're not a sandwich, Al.
I wish
anything,
we
we're a
are not a
calzone.
sandwich.
Or are we
How
a taco?
How? No. Oh my.
Or a
In
pizza?
what way? In what way is our podcast like a sandwich or a taco or a pizza?
Well, you see,
Mark and Al.
we have some stuff at the beginning, and we have some stuff at the end, and then we have other stuff in the middle, like a sandwich.
like,
I hate
got my vote.
this. I hate this.
I was gonna say if you leave it out for too long, it starts to taste funny, like we
That's
would. But
true.
bro.
What?
I don't know about you, but I'd probably
It's
taste
a little rye.
Oh.
God. Oh
I
man.
picked the worst time to eat my vitamins. I almost choked like 3 times.
Why did you wait until
Why are
we
you
started
eating them?
recording?
Because
Do
I
not
wasn't.
eat your vitamins.
You got no, they're chew. I got gummies.
Oh, you got fruit gummies?
I got food. I mean, you know, I got
Flintstones?
fruit gummies because I'm an adult.
Are you a Flintstone kid, Molly?
No, that shit tastes bad. And I'm sorry, I said a bad word, but I gotta go off Queen on Flintstone vitamins.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Mark,
So-
because this is going to set a precedent for Molly for the rest
To
of
be
the
fair,
episode.
speaking
I
of
heard
setting a
you-
precedent,
I heard you. I learned it from you. Okay.
speaking of setting a precedent, for those of you listening, we are about to start a ridiculous recording schedule to
It's a
get to a
marathon.
certain point. So we're going to be recording at a ridiculous rate, and the time that you will be hearing us talk about certain things will probably be months away, but just know that it was all recorded within a few weeks,
They'll
which
know.
is
Like, we're gonna speed through this like nobody's business. We're gonna be running around just like marathoning through Wano. And by the time you'll be done with this, you too will be correcting Molly on her pronunciation.
All right.
Oh.
No, I'm just gonna say they're gonna know because by the time we finish the record for like the end of this, like it coming into this next week, we're gonna be like, oh, I'm so tired. We've done 4 of these in like 72 hours.
yeah,
Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
it do be like that.
we got
And
some special stuff around the corner too.
we do, yes. We are going to be breaking up Wano into some different pieces with some other versions of our show. It's going to be fun. Stay tuned.
Because we
But
haven't
We'll all
elongated
need our vitamin
because
gummies at the end of this.
ourselves and Oda have not elongated Wano long enough. We're gonna stretch it out longer.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk. We're not gonna try to talk at turbo speed. We might, but similarly to how we've been talking about and discussing previous arcs that are fairly dense and fairly long, we might miss stuff. And if we don't talk about certain things in one episode, we might pick it up in a different episode. If we don't, get on our case about it, and we'll do some pickup episodes. I have a feeling like we might just talk about a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't talk about eventually. But as the curtain rises on Wano, Act 2, Luffy's in jail with Eustace Kid.
That guy, I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah, what was it?
Some kid, I don't know.
That was the best part. It's Molly forgetting.
What was that kid's name?
It's like,
What was that kid's
what
name?
was
Kid.
that kid's name? What was that?
Yes,
Some
exactly.
kid.
We'll
no,
never
got
know.
it. Nailed
Dude.
it. Got it in one, Molly.
Oh, dumb. Yeah.
But even though this is where we're starting, like we learn a lot from Luffy in prison, and this is essentially an additional training arc. And oh Boise, what were people's favorite? I mean, mine clearly was Queen showing up, and specifically Queen being dubbed, because it was already really funky, and then they made it more funky in the dub. It's phenomenal. But what was some of everybody's favorite parts in Udon Prison?
Grandpa
Right?
Hyo was I just like that character. Like
Yeah.
an old ex-Yakuza guy who commands a lot of respect and is tiny old man, but can
He has-
rage out kind of like Master Roshi, I guess. is part of
He's
it.
got like an Al design energy. Like he hits all the categories, I think, for like a character you would like.
Yeah, well, fine. Call me out.
It's not a bad thing. I'm just like, I could see you drawing fan art of this guy.
Honestly, go for it.
No, go ahead,
Molly.
Look at
Katie.
his head.
No, please.
His head's on fire.
I'm just gonna say between the acts of this like area of being like throw him in jail, and you're like, oh my god, like Luffy lost and he's in jail. This is terrible. What are we gonna do? And then like hard cut to like Luffy in jail, and he's totally fine. Like he's not only fine.
He's now
like,
running the jail.
He's like running the system. Like he's playing by the prison's rules, and they're like, what are we gonna do about this? Like
He worked so hard and competed with Kid that they ended up getting all of the food that the guards were supposed to have also.
Yeah, and they're like, bro, we that's it for the day. It's like, no, get another boat. And it's like, oh my god.
I probably have to say, Luffy realizing this is like, oh man, I should probably like figure out this hockey stuff. And then the old man says like, hey, what's up? Were you trying to do this? And he's like, that's it exactly. And so like, oh cool, let's figure out how this works. And Luffy's like, cool, great. We have a lot of people to practice on. And it's just like, That is, it's nice to have Luffy have that moment again. And also Luffy, my favorite thing about Luffy is Luffy accidentally name dropping people and everybody being like, who the hell are you? It's like, yeah, it's just like it's like Rayleigh was doing it this way. It's like, Rayleigh? This kid knows Rayleigh? Who are
That's
you?
my dad. Oh wait, no, that's not my dad. My dad is the leader of the Revolution Army. Your dad is
What?
Anyway, my bestie Rayleigh, and we were like on, Amazon Lily, just the Island of Women. It's not a big deal.
For 3 years.
2 years. Al.
Oh, yeah.
Fake fan.
Wow.
And that's the end of the show, everybody. Good
Hey,
night.
can you like ring up my
3D2Y.
grandpa? Oh, who's your grandpa? The hero of the Marines. The guy who teamed up with a group of other people to take down a group of legendary people.
We're
and became
not
one of the most
even
people
you're
there.
fast forwarding to the
I'm
end.
not.
Kaden.
I'm alluding to something that's going to happen. But that said, Luffy is like at this point connected to everybody accidentally. Even like Zoro's even name dropping things. It's like, oh yeah, well this guy, yeah, I met him. It's like he's dead. It's like, whatever, I met him. And loser,
yeah.
maybe you're
Just
not
because
cool enough to
somebody's
meet
dead doesn't
people.
mean you can't fight him in a duel.
Don't let
mean I
anything
can't-
stop you to achieve your dreams.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I can't beat him and then take his sword because he's like, oh, you're better than me, and then gave me his sword. I just have it now. That's just what happens. And so literally, I feel like this is one of those moments where the tables have kind of turned on the crew, where they're just kind of doing stuff and saying things out loud, and people are just like, who the hell is this freak? And it's like, oh yeah, that's hi.
The freak of the week is on the other foot.
Yeah.
Wow. It's the energy of like, I've never been, but I feel like it's the energy of like when tourists go to Japan and people who are just vibing, and then it's like One Piece characters just being like, yeah, anyway, like I know Obama, and it's like, what?
I like Molly, I like that Obama was your go-to there.
I was like, oh man, who would everybody know? And I'm not good with celebrities, but I know
Molly,
Obama.
Chris Evans.
Barack D. Obama.
What do you mean, You talk
Oh
about
my
Chris
God.
Evans all the time, forever.
But I
Never
don't
stop
know
talking
him
about him.
personally. Obama
but
and I
you-
text.
This is a One Piece podcast. We promise. We promise this is a One Piece podcast.
Anyway.
Don't worry,
what were
just
we
slowly
talking
killing
about?
Molly real quick.
God, the vitamins
Like-
aren't doing enough.
Oh no.
Back to like reading. I remember reading this, and this bounced around so many different places and so many different parts of the country to so many small sects of the pirates that it was just like hard to pay attention and hard to just be like, okay, what's happening? Who are these people? Like so many characters. I would even say, funnily enough, I think less characters get introduced here, or maybe at an even slower rate compared to Whole Cake. So it feels like Whole Cake was Oda being like, all right, this is everything that I want to do. Okay, maybe I should peel it back a little bit for
Well, also,
for
Whole Cake
Wano.
was like short, and Wano is forever. So like, this is like, I'm gonna take my time with this one. How about only 30 new characters in this section and another 50 in the next one? And it's like, okay.
But also,
That's
it's a
manageable.
play, so every scene has something that pushes the play's plot forward. It's not like the moments for comedy are just moments for comedy. It's like, oh, there's probably something plot relevant in that joke.
Yeah, if not now, then later. But can I tell you my least favorite part of this arc?
Of the prison part.
Not the it's around like
Of Act 2.
of Act 2.
Okay.
Unless you want to
Okay.
stick with the prison for a
Well,
minute.
I want to stick with the prison for one more thing
Then
so that
let's
we
stick
can
with the
all
prison.
continually complain about the fact that somehow Caribou is still involved in the story.
know.
Why is he relevant? I feel he wants to be Buggy so bad, but he's not Buggy. Okay, you're never gonna be Buggy. Okay, get out of here.
Actually, I think that might be the logic. I think Oda
He's-
keeps trying to make a serious Buggy,
It's never gonna happen.
and so he made a gross swamp man that everybody hates.
You're not
Caribou
gonna,
is the result
Fetch isn't gonna
of
happen.
That thing where your parents say, "Don't make that face. Your face is gonna stick like that." That's what happened to him.
Yeah.
I don't like this guy.
I don't either.
It's weird to have somebody of this level and of this like skill tier and everything like that, and bounty is 0 because nobody wants to be around him. It's so funny.
And
He's kind of an East Blue boss in the very wrong place.
yeah, he's somebody from the beginning of the story that got lost.
Well, I think it's already happened, but in the manga, there should have been some like chapter covers of like when we don't see him in the manga of like what he's up to, and it's just like, get out of here! I don't care, Oda. I don't care. Like, show me somebody I care about. Why are you showing me this guy?
Show me a decorative rock. I'll be happy with that. I don't like this guy.
I don't either. He's got bad. I mean, listen. I know I've said it before. This guy's got rank vibes.
At least he's consistent. He fails and stays exactly the same instead of failing and going up like Bucky.
That's true.
But
he stays around.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Last thing I'll say about this guy is that I was reminded of like a week or two ago of one of my like more favorite Frankie moments of this guy like monologuing in his head, where it's like, yes, when they're all sleeping, I'll come out and I'll smother them, and then I'll take the gold and get the bounty. And as he's like doing this monologue, like Frankie in the background in the manga is just slowly getting closer and closer and closer. And then he realizes he's caught, and then Frankie like hammers him like super securely in the barrel. But the one panel of the close up of the guy looking like insane, and like one of Frankie's eyes in the background just staring at him, which is
Frankie,
not this arc, and I apologize, but
Frankie exuding "who's this freak" energy is always really funny. Given
you know it's bad when when Frankie, who thinks that being a freak is a good thing, like that's like the best way to compliment him, says, "Who is this freak?" derogatory to somebody else. That's like, just go home, man. You're done.
And fixes it and with a couple nails and dusts off his hands. Done.
Go to a worse series, and then maybe you'll be like appreciated for your awfulness there. But like, no. Frankie says no. Frankie does not say relax. Frankie
Putting
says
that plot on.
Beat me to it.
Which is crazy to me, because that means that Frankie has ranked this guy lower than the baby guy from Dressrosa.
I respect him as a man.
That guy somehow passed the vibe check.
I can't think of a worse insult than that.
Yeah.
It's like, you're worse than that guy. It's like, oh,
I'm worse than the baby guy?
I'm worse than that one?
I would sit down on the curb of the sidewalk and really think about my life.
Caribou needs to be more like Senior Pink is nothing anybody has ever said.
I think I'd just
Brand new
cry.
sentence.
I think I'd cry forever. I don't think I'd stop.
We gotta send Oda some fan mail for an SBS and ask him to rank the people we hate the most in One Piece and say, who do you like more? Like, what is like the worst out of these people? Who, and I don't even know what I want anymore. But
I don't
make
Molly
Oda rank.
Molly has confused Molly.
Why is Caribou still a thing? Would be something I would legitimately ask. What are your plans for Caribou?
Oh
Dear Oda, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Bruh.
He'd be like, wow, I never thought anybody would ask me about this. This is an easy answer.
This is an easy answer.
You sure you don't want to know where the One Piece is?
Because it makes you upset. I keep him there just to taunt you specifically.
Okay, we got to be done with Caribou because this is
Yes, no, absolutely. Let's be done with Caribou, and hopefully Oda will follow suit soon enough.
Lead by example.
If this is the one, it's like, well, people keep talking about him, so I guess I'll keep putting him in the damn show.
No bad press. No bad press.
Yeah,
they're all talking about it.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's that thing that you don't like? We stick to stuff that we don't like.
Do you remember a long time ago, there was somebody we all hated.
Caribou. We just talked about him.
No, shut up. Earlier than that.
Buggy?
No, wait. Yeah, way earlier than that. No, later than Buggy.
I don't know
Caesar?
if I hated any. Yeah,
Are
Caesar.
you talking about Gourd Boy?
Pumpkin Man?
There's a lot of people in One Piece. There's a lot of people that nobody likes in One Piece. Anyway, my big statement here is, do you remember that guy who went invisible
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't like him.
The guy from
Absol?
Thriller Bark that sucks.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
It doesn't matter. He's probably dead.
Do you
hope
remember?
so.
Do you remember when Sanji was just like, "I'm so upset he's spaghetti because somebody else got the thing I wanted."
I want to be a pervert too.
So,
Too late.
Don't isolate that.
let's. You're the one
New
who has the
soundboard.
raw files. The only person who will do that is you. Anyway,
Wow, that was pretty clean.
it was pretty clean. New sound routine for our Twitch. Follow us at twitch.tv/.
Oh man.
Um,
Oh, beans.
anyway,
Sanji sucks.
Anyway, yeah, Sanji does suck. Correct. Anywho, here's the deal. They decide. Oda. I'm not gonna say they. Oda specifically decided to give Sanji a freaking Sentai super suit style thing
Yep.
that makes him essentially invisible.
Yep.
And he does exactly what you think he was going to do with it. Like, listen, I was at the end of the last arc. I'm just like, you know what? Sanji's learning things. I'm very proud of him. Way to go, buddy. And then he just goes, eh.
Nope.
And then oopsie daisies all the way into the women's bath.
Let the record show part 1 of Whole Cake. Caden said, I feel kind of bad for the guy. And I was waiting for her to get here. I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. This guy sucks. He doesn't learn his lesson. Just because he had like a crappy family doesn't give you the right to do crap like this.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Trauma and processing trauma doesn't un-asshole somebody.
When you
Sometimes.
I think somebody can't get more cringe, and then he spends an entire arc talking crap about how he doesn't want to be part of his family, that he's not one of them, that he has his own dad, he has a different dad now, and he's doing better, and he's got friends who support him. But he still takes the technology from his family and uses it to his advantage. And he uses it to his advantage to peep on women.
Like, the thing is,
it's like, you're not different, man. You're not different.
He uses it in a fight, and it's like, okay, cool. You're using a tool that was initially used to harm other people to make it better for other people, and then you immediately screw it up.
He's still on his
Sanji!
parents' cell phone plan.
And this is where I say, this is where I look directly at the fandom, and this is the person you ship Zoro with. The most immaculate man in One Piece who has done no wrong, Zoro. You ship him with this turd of a person? No!
Turd
Stop
person.
it! Turd person.
Purrs. The guy with the biggest bust in One Piece. You're gonna
give big titty Zoro to Sanji?
You're gonna give big natural Zoro to Sanji? I think not.
Natural Zoro.
I think not, dude.
I got big naturals.
He does. Mike's got big
Can you
naturals.
not ever do that ever again?
Zoro's got
please?
big naturals.
Can you never do that again?
It's already a vertical clip on our YouTube page, youtube.com/IATalkshow.
Oh!
I stared at the camera and gave a thumbs up, even though we're not on video.
We have no cameras.
Approving his own edit later.
Good job, me.
Wait
Nice
to go, Mark.
sidebar.
Thanks, Mark.
Can I sidebar real quick about the speaking Tom thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, people at home, if you want to read a manga that reacts properly to peeping toms and that it is, harassment, illegal, it's a whole, that's not okay, you should read Witch Hat Atelier, because there's literally a chapter or two of a woman, part of like the witch cops or whatever, who puts a peeping tom in his place, and it is the most satisfying chapter of that series because she's right to do so. Like, that's not cool, and that is like, people try to play it off like it's like, well, whatever, it didn't hurt anybody. Yes, you did.
It's not swag ever.
It's not swag ever.
It's swag never.
It is swag never.
It's
Like, don't
definitely
do
swag
that.
never.
Consent, all right? Consent. I guess it's not really peeping if you get consent, but like, not cool, okay? Like, not cool. That's you're violating privacy. Don't do that. I don't like that. So, Mark, can I say the F word real quick?
No.
Hold on. I'm just getting the time code ready. Yes, go ahead.
Fuck Sanji.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. That one's good. I might even not bleep that. I'm gonna think about it.
Ooh.
Everybody gets one.
Maybe that slides by senses.
Oops, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no. You can also isolate that for streams.
Yeah, no, that's also
It's gonna be a
We've a
sticker.
tip
Redeemed.
jar,
Redeemed.
Sanji's face with a big X over it.
a tip jar to get enough money to put Sanji down. Oh my
enemy
god.
spotted.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about Sanji second. But I think
Right, the bath scene. Right. Okay.
but so the thing that I think one of the only like positive things to come out of Sanji getting the suit was all of the other like worst generation people going like, hey, did you watch the Saturday morning cartoon as well?
That's relatable.
Like, Law,
his suit
Hawkins, and
references
Drake.
an in-universe thing that everybody remembers growing up.
Yo,
Oh,
I
it's like
remember
that Power
watching this on
Ranger.
one Saturday morning in the Disney block.
Yeah, after Pepper ran.
Well, I think
Saturday morning.
the crazier thing is that I think the Vince Smoke family is from the North Blue, and that is where Law was for most of his childhood. So that kind of like, you know.
And it's funny that like we've only seen like certain seas, or like we've only seen East Blue, and like they're kind of scrambling to be like, oh, we need to populate this area of the world with more people that the audience knows. So let's give it to all of these lamos. Let's give it to Law, Hawkins, and Drake. Oi.
Man, shout out to Drake for being literally my least favorite right now.
I was like, okay, Kaden, when you said that person that we hated, you know, like X amount of time ago, and we were throwing out names, my next one was I was gonna say Drake.
Same.
Drake
I was
Absolutely
like,
the same.
Maybe it's Drake.
Drake is
Hawkins?
pretty rancid.
He is
Like,
the worst.
Man, I
Freaking
don't
cop
know.
energy, dude. I'm telling you.
God, I also
Not only that, but is.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've been saying it for so long.
Caden, when we first meet Drake on the Djibouti archipelago, and you were like, "This dude's a cop," we all
Flinched. We flinched so hard.
We don't use webcams here, but we were all looking at each other.
yeah.
Spoiler chat was on fire.
It's like no, I think we were all just saying how
It's because
like
he's got cop energy,
He's
dude.
a
I keep
cop.
telling you.
He's got big
That's
cop
why
energy.
I
Guy
didn't even
stands
care
like a
that
cop.
I didn't even care that I was spoiling that for Kane. I just kept agreeing, like, yes, cop energy. Yes, cop energy.
Absolutely.
Not only that, his dad wasn't his dad a cop too? No, he was just an asshole. Sorry.
So baby cop energy.
baby cop.
Sorry. You guys keep bringing up people. Listen, we've spent 10
This
minutes
arc
talking
is
about
literally-
3
okay.
people we hate. And I'm sorry.
So here's what I said before we started, and I was gonna not lean into this as much, but like aside from very few people, literally this arc is filled with some of my least favorite anythings ever in One Piece, and I'm like, I hate
This is
you.
Big Bad Island, though.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. And then all of the characters I like are just like, oh, you die. You died. Dead. Dead. Dead guy. Dead. Dead person.
Everybody
Dead,
that we
dead,
have
dead,
met
dead.
so far has been working for the people that live on this island.
Not all of them. Not all of them, except for then sometimes, yes, all of them. Even though it's not supposed, but we're not going to get there just yet. And that's the next episode. This episode, this arc, especially like these two, I think have been the most frustrating for me to read because of just how much I'm just like, okay,
Gotta
and
set
then
those stakes, though.
it's part of the problem. Part of the problem is that I'm here and I know that this is the longest arc, and I'm waiting for the comeuppance to happen to some of these people, and I'm like, and then I have to remind myself, oh no, wait, this is the longest arc ever, forever, and it's gonna take forever for a lot of this to pay off. So I'm just like, when is this guy gonna get punched in the face so hard that he poops out his own brains? And it's like, nope, not gonna happen yet. It's not happening just yet, and it's so.
Caden, you have no idea.
Listen, I do have an idea because I can see how long this is, and you guys have talked about this being the longest forever, and I'm just like, Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my
But,
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Caden,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
even still, you have no idea.
You have no idea. How dare you?
I mean,
The
he did read it.
other and weekly, and the amount of Caden, the amount, like, respectfully, the amount of breaks that Oda took over these past 2 years, which we have learned since that he needed to take a month off because
Yeah.
we all want Oda to be healthy and he can take as many breaks as he wants.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating to get to the end of like a 2-week run, and it was just like, oh, we're taking another break next week. Just like, oh, he knows what he's doing. There were so many things that we had to sit on for 2 weeks of just like holding our heads like, no.
What does it mean?
no.
The implications.
And even just talking about like from Act 1 to Act 2 of God, there's so brain Otama
Yes.
of you, Caden, being like, I swear to God, and then like
if anyone touches a hair on,
and then being like 6 chapters into the next one, being like, oh, she's fine. Like there's so much happens that situation occurs multiple times of like there's so much happening that okay, cool, we're seeing this situation over here, but can we go back to the thing that you left it on like 4 or 5 weeks ago? No, we're gonna stay in this room. I hate you so much. That's going to keep happening, and it keeps happening until the curtain falls.
I feel like the amount of times in spoiler chat I said, oh, I just don't care about this guy. Like, can we get to the part I want to talk about? It's like, no. And I was like, okay, no. Okay, I'm sure this is relevant. I just don't care.
well, they're at that point they're great bad guys to just the love to hate bad guys in this arc, where it's like I want to get to the part where they get punched in the face, please.
Yes. Yeah. Like okay, so like Queen, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like really fun, everything like that. No. Yeah. Funny for like a second. And I immediately it's just like, shut up.
Oops,
Shut
all
up.
fascism.
Stop existing. I'll punch you. I know you're a fictional character, but I'm gonna do it. If Luffy's not doing it yet, I will.
I think
wow, he's so funky and oppressive.
By the end of this arc, I think if you said Queen to me in person, Caden, you could see my eyes just go dead. My soul leave my body waiting for the conversation to end about Queen.
Well, I guess that also leads me to I guess a follow-up question I have for Caden. Who was the most punchable character to you in Act 2?
Who's the most punchable?
Yeah, who has the most punchable face?
I mean, the most punchable face is Orochi. It's just Orochi.
What an
you're
asshole.
you're asking an easy question. How about everybody? Like, you can't say Orochi.
And isn't it nice that he has so many faces to punch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you're done punching one, you can punch another.
Oda really took Two-Face, somebody being Two-Face, literally.
Kaido. Let's just keep going down the list.
What is going on with Kaido, man? I don't like him, but I feel like by this point of the manga, I'm like, what's your deal, man? Like, what's your deal?
Is, like, I feel like I complained a lot about Big Mom, but like, Charlotte Linlin was fun, like a fun character and everything like that. And then like, Kaido shows up and I'm just like, man, you suck.
Yeah. I mean, at least Big Mom used her like power and influence sometimes for whimsy, which is really strange for a mob boss to do, but it was fun while it was whimsical. But this is just he's literally drunk wandering around his giant island mansion.
Somebody kill me.
If Kaido asked me a question, I would look at him dead in the face, completely soulless. Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? And then walk away. That's exactly how I feel about Kaido. I hate that dude so much. That's funny. Out of all the bits, like Blackbeard, it's like, you know what? I know your vibes are rancid. You're kind of funky fresh to me at this point. This guy's got to go. Like, you've knocked yourself down on the list of people I hate because this guy exists.
He's been unchallenged for so long. He thinks it's more exciting to try to commit suicide than whatever else is going on.
Kaido is kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. It's very like, I don't know, maybe I'll get drunk and try to commit suicide. And it's a very like, then perish with me. Like, I'm like, then perish. Like, go ahead, man. Go do it then. Go. Just get out of here. You suck.
Kaido is kind of like if a Batman villain watched Batman die and just has to live the rest of his life. So it's like, what do I do now?
He does have the energy of like a Tim Burton stylized Batman villain.
That's
100%.
Let's shift it. Let's shift this. I think we need to. We've got this like vitriol brewing right here. Let's spin it. Who is your favorite from this section, from part 2 of Wano?
I'm trying to think who gets introduced in this section.
I really like Toneyasu.
Toneyasu's my favorite too. Al, I design wise, I knew that was going to be yours, but like also character wise, Toneyasu rules.
He like the eternal optimist, even in the face of like the worst possible thing that could happen to you. Is just like that. You gotta respect it.
Yeah. I'm like double checking to make sure that he gets introduced in this part. Zoro's gone off and doing his own Zoro thing. You know how Zoro be with his big naturals.
Like,
Are you trying to say
Words?
Onimaru?
Does Zoro happen to go into, let's say, a cold climate area?
Yes.
Yes.
Does he
Where he
happen
fights
to meet...
the bridge.
It's chilly.
Fights on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he meets the mountain bandit that is secretly actually a lion fox named Onimaru.
Yeah.
Gyukimaru.
I like
Gyukimaru/Onimaru.
Yeah, I like that.
Also, like this is a fun one, but like Amnesiac Charlotte Linlin.
Dude.
She was
Chopper's.
cool. I liked her, and Chopper's just like, I gotta like
I'm in danger.
Chopper was all of us of just like
Yes.
something's gonna happen and everybody is in immediate danger all the time, but they're just waiting for the second shoe to drop.
Chopper knew exactly what to do. This is a time bomb. We have to put the time bomb somewhere where it's okay that it explodes.
And the thing that messed it up was Kaido's crew.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it was.
They did everything right, but Queen messed everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely the energy.
Again.
Yeah, of course. No, that whole Chopper segment was just like so reminiscent of Skypiea, where when Chopper is watching Mary for everybody,
With
and
the
he's
whistle.
like, yeah, and he's like, it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be brave, and I'm gonna watch the ship, and everything's gonna be okay, and if anything goes wrong, then I have the whistle, and it's like, again, it's like in the manga, it's so good because it's like one panel and then another panel where a guy is just there. And Chopper staring at him and then quickly turning and blowing the whistle. That was the energy of Chopper during this. 100%.
To answer your original question, Kaden, I think once Hiyori was revealed, I think seeing her as she truly is instead of like Komurasaki, I really liked her energy.
I believe it or not, I actually like I don't really care for her much.
Fair enough, but I mean, in this particular section, in terms of introduced characters, that's who I would say.
Kane's so quiet.
If I'm not taking anybody else's answers, if I had to give an original answer, it would be that.
Kane's so quiet. I did not hear if she said she liked it or hated her.
I it's not that I hate her. It's just like I do not very much care for her. She's fine. She's fine.
Can I ask a follow-up question for this part?
Okay.
Was this also the part where they may have stayed overnight in that cold area?
Yep, it's that one.
So can I just say, you don't have to like Hiyori, but can we just give her some street cred for cuddling up on those big naturals? Probably the only person that we know of that's gotten some of those big natural action.
I mean,
And being like, well, men usually like sleeping next to me, so like, was it good for you?
I do love Zoro being like, ew, gross.
Girls are gross.
It's like, I feel like that was like so humbling to her. I'm sorry.
Mark, permission to swear.
Uh-oh.
I appreciate everybody asking permission because it gives me an opportunity to grab my notepad and mark off when it's happening.
There's an
Aiden?
illusion of control.
Aiden?
Mark off, Queen.
No, that's not. We can't say. It's like you're around a dog or a kid. You have to spell it. You can't say it out loud. Caden?
H-E double hockey sticks.
Get fucking humbled, bro.
I was gonna say request granted, but I guess F me. We did it.
Did
There,
we?
I did a 1. I pulled a Molly, and now I'm
Everybody
not gonna
gets
swear
one,
again.
and so I guess Al, hang on to that for however long you'd like to.
Can I bank them?
Whoa! Think of the sentence you could create if you're just cashing in on coupons.
Oh my god.
Cashing in on coupons. Yeah,
They stack, dude.
I
The
used
swears?
I used my naughty word coupon, and then Mark put a little punch hole in it. And if I use them up properly, I get a free smoothie after I do
A
12.
free sentence.
Curse word coupons are all the rage.
Oh, speaking of smoothie, the thing that the reason Big Mom was there is because she was coming to. She had some business with Kaido, and she brought some of her kids. And unfortunately, we have to deal with Sparrow some more.
Perori.
The one
Hey,
I
could you
hate the
not?
most.
Yeah, I
one
mean,
I
we
hate
got
the most.
Sparrow, but also Oven, but also Smoothie, and I think one more that I can't remember.
The
There's
mixed
like 800
feelings
of them.
gang.
It's okay
Charlotte.
to not remember someone.
Oh yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte was also there.
Yeah, we totally forgot.
Yeah.
We have
I
an
mean-
easy out.
We gotta, yeah. Here's where the title of the episode is like, oh yeah, and Charlotte's here. And then everybody goes, stop it.
Like, we don't get to meet Big Mom and Kaido until after the time skip, but there's something so funny to me of like, just like now knowing how Linlin operates, of like, you know, she wants more power. She also wants like every, you know, type of, I don't know how to phrase
Every
it, like,
species of humanoid.
yes, in her family. She wants to hashtag catch 'em all.
Wow.
And like
Yeah,
since
yeah.
we don't get to like meet like these two until much later, there's something so funny to me thinking that like for the last amount of years, Kaido, Whitebeard, and Shanks have had to put up with this woman trying to marry her kids off to their crew, but not like marry her kids off so that they join their crew, trying to basically snipe crew members off of their ships in the name of maybe alliances or something.
The
It's
funniest
like-
part is it's continued to work.
yeah.
By force.
Good for her though. Like I'm pretty proud of her, all things considered.
It's all about family.
There's
No,
gotta
shut
be
up.
Family.
There's gotta be
Family.
a fanfic
Family.
out there that's like Pride and Prejudice. And it's the freaking mom from Pride and Prejudice trying to marry all of her daughters off.
Molly,
And it's just Big Mom.
Molly, I
If she
think
had
we
a
have a
sword
summer
and wrote a
project.
cloud.
I don't have that much time.
We have a summer project to make Pride and Prejudice in Linlin.
Oh god. Oh my
No.
god. No.
May I offer this?
No.
No.
Does that
Well, you got me
does
there.
that
Ow.
make pudding Emily?
Oh my god.
Oh my brain.
Stop it. Stop this.
No, doesn't that
This
make
is the
no? It's
worst
pudding.
episode ever.
Pudding is freaking Elizabeth, dude, not Emily. She's
Okay.
Elizabeth, and then freaking oh god, I'm not writing this. This is so stupid. Sanji is freaking what's his face, Mr. Darcy. This is the worst crossover I've
That,
ever heard.
that
It was-
actually
worst.
kind of tracks, though.
Yeah.
But I would never ruin Jane Austen's work by insinuating I
misunderstood
want to
each
write
other.
a fanfic about pudding and
He's-
I would never.
He's
I would never
autism
do it.
coded.
I would never do it. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
I would
As I'm
never.
doing-
Caden,
as
go
I'm
off.
speaking.
Go off, Queen. I'm not doing that.
Hey.
I have some dignity.
Where?
Snitch.
Where?
This is where I draw the line.
Somebody look it up on AO3. Anyway,
This is
moving
where
on.
this is where Molly draws the line on her fan art right now for this series. that you can catch this summer,
You couldn't pay me. You couldn't.
which is why she's doing it for free.
No.
Pro bono.
Never.
But
Heck, yeah, that's going to be a new One Piece character too. I can't wait for the next
pro bono.
Pro bono. That's gotta be like a code name for Brooke or something.
That's 100% a Marine.
Oh my god.
He's the litigator.
Oh, who's the guy that looked like a skeleton during Water 7?
Brooke.
No.
The guy that cut at 90-degree angles. He's a vice admiral. Yeah, I know who you're
Yeah,
talking
that
about.
guy has the energy of pro bono, dude.
That's pro bono.
Yeah, that's his code word out in the field.
To
we're
transition
going
back into this
incognito.
dumb
Pro
show.
bono.
To transition
you
back
thought-
into this dumb show.
You thought
Molly.
part 2 was gonna be long, Mark?
Yeah, we're already done.
We spent like 10 minutes talking about 3 people we hated for no reason. 2 of them are like technically not even in this arc.
They're only
No,
like
we talked about everybody
tangentially.
we've talked about has been in this arc that we've hated. Mine
Hey.
just happened to be Sanji, so he's in every arc pretty much. So
Hey, what the hell is King?
yeah,
I don't
what
know,
the hell
dude.
is King?
On
man?
fire.
Here's what
King's
I-
a fireman.
Here's
But
what
we
I
already
was
have one of
hoping-
those.
Here's what
We
I was
have a lot
hoping
of
that
them.
was going to
Some of them are
happen
dead.
with King in the anime. I was hoping it was going to go full Batman Kane of like this guy who's like, we don't see his face. He's like fully shredded and he's wearing leather. And it's like, man, this guy is really, really intense. I was waiting for the like, oh, yes, Kaido. Lord Kaido. I was hoping.
The Pika voice.
Yeah. I was hoping for another Pika moment and they didn't deliver. And I was like, oh, fine, I guess.
Look, us in the future know why they can't do that. Pika was distinctly
Speaking
absurd.
of characters in this arc, Molly.
Yeah,
Yeah, what-
Pika was distinctly absurd. King has potential. Look at
the
him.
What the people at home don't see is me laying on my couch like this is a therapy session, and I'm just going
It's a
through
therapy
the things that have
session.
been bothering me for a while. And
Let me
we're gonna
talk about this
it.
leather daddy Birdman.
Mark, at the beginning of this episode, you guys probably aren't going to hear it. I was very concerned about how long this episode would go, and I said, "You're totally right. Let's try to power through it." And I'm like, anyway. As a child,
Other person who totally isn't in this and none of it matters.
I know. Listen, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. I understand, but also,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not gonna stop.
yeah. I don't know. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, trying to get to part 3 so I can talk about the stuff I want to talk about.
Let me talk
Yeah.
about old men. Speaking of
Not
old
yet.
men,
Not yet.
well, I want to. So we've talked about Luffy, and we haven't talked a lot about the rest. Well, I guess we've talked about Zoro's big naturals, but we haven't talked about the rest of the crew and what the rest of the crew is doing in terms of the mission to infiltrate Orochi, and try to get the word out that the raid on Onigashima is happening, like to let people know that the remnants of Kozuki are still here and we're ready to fight back.
Some
Yeah.
subterfuge.
Some subterfuge.
Hashtag it's happening.
Yeah. And the constant
The best way to do something in secret is start a hashtag.
the best thing in One Piece, the best thing to do something in secret is to make Luffy go to jail.
You have to take him off the board for a minute.
And yet,
Only-
like as they start moving the pieces, they all go, screw it. This is a game of war now. And everybody's like, it was supposed to be secret. And then everybody goofs. It's just it's so much.
Yeah, they're just new boot goofing, fam.
As one does.
As one does.
I do imagine that, like, at some point, Law was like, all right, Luffy's in jail. How do we get Zoro in jail? And it's like, well, we don't know where Roronoa went. So he's like, that could be
We gotta
good
go,
for
we gotta
me.
go, we gotta
yeah,
go.
could be bad.
Really good or really bad. Meanwhile, and I'm bringing this back, Mark. Meanwhile, Zoro is out getting bullied about his sword that he wants back because he's like, I can't walk around with 2 swords. I'm like basically in the nude here. And
He's just like, he's like, I can't be, like, people can't see me being basic right now.
I hate this. I hate this. I need my sword. And they're just like, okay, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. No, you don't get the sword because it's really important to us specifically, and we would like it to stay here. And he's like, that sounds stupid and I don't want it. And then it says like, what if I offer you a sword so specifically cool that it makes your old sword look stupid in comparison? We'll give you one of Odin's swords. It's like, all
I
right.
guess.
Can I hold
He's
it?
like,
I
I'm
hold it first?
listening. He's like, I'm listening.
Okay, but like if you use it, you'll probably die. Immediately uses it,
Nah.
doesn't
Deal.
die.
Deal.
Yeah,
Deal.
This will work. This is cool. This is cool as hell.
I imagine the like
Made my
the
arm
best-
shrinky dink. Stop that. Okay,
the
that's
best
better.
way-
Literally,
the
he
best-
said no. And then the sword's just like, yeah, all right, okay.
The
all
best
right.
way
I'm sorry,
to
sir.
describe that moment is when Zoro's holding the sword. I imagine the Paul Rudd clip of him at the computer desk, like clenching his eyes, and then being like, "All good." Like it's like him holding the sword.
Enma.
That's fine.
Enma, show me nude Tane. That was so specific.
I know, but it's such a specific joke to my heart.
Can I get a hat wobble?
I'm dying. Like, we got it.
I'm so sorry.
Are
Speaking
you?
of dying, let's talk about Tonoyasu again.
Oh, okay.
No.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome. Using that as a transition to talk about, we learn why Smile Fruit is called Smile Fruit,
That was
and
a
it's
big one.
so terribly sad.
Hashtag canceled. It's like, you're fired. You're done. I'm sorry, I said it again.
So the defective
Oh,
fruit.
that took
Sorry.
Al's out. Thanks,
Yeah.
Molly.
No, I have to put.
Sorry, Al.
I'm at this point. I'm taping little paper cutouts back onto Molly's card.
So it's not like a hole puncher thing though. Like
It
if
is a
I
hole
just
puncher.
keep
Oh no, it is.
going.
I'm just taping them back on.
Great.
Getting little pieces of scotch tape, taping the little hole
He's
punch
gonna
part.
laminate the card if you keep doing it.
I've
Then
been
he's
doing
never gonna
this-
be able to put
I've
the hole
been-
in it again.
Actively trying for so many episodes to cut the swearing down, but there's
Me
just so
too.
many things that make me, there's so many things that make
Part of
me angry in this
Part of the editing
this
process.
episode.
Cutting the swears.
Yeah.
Who
Oh my
doggy?
god.
Here we are.
Anyway, canceled. Hashtag canceled. That is not, what do they call it for California? Where it's like when you go into an establishment and they have the you could get cancer here, or the government
What the hell?
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's the thing. Like literally every business is just like,
Mark, you grew
did you
up
know
here.
that everything causes cancer? By being inside of this building, you'll probably get
Is that
cancer.
just a
Welcome to
California
California.
Yes,
it's-
I've never seen it anywhere else until I got here, and I'm
It is-
paranoid about everything now.
It is a California government thing.
It's
where
like
just
government law 62 states that you could get cancer
They were so
here.
close.
Yeah,
Government law. The
So
government
close.
law says you could get cancer here. It's not
Yeah.
that something would cause cancer for you if you came into the restaurant. It's like, no, you would.
Shrug
do-
emoji. You might.
I do remember the very first time I was here, just real quick, years and years ago, I was here for CTN before I moved out here, and we went to the IHOP across the street, and they have 5 of those signs behind the counter, and I was like, what is going on at this IHOP, not knowing that that's in every restaurant, and I was like, damn, it's 1 a.m, and I really want hash browns, but at what cost?
Cancer.
I could die tonight.
I mean, that's any IHOP, to be fair.
True. But man, anyway,
Denny's.
Waffle
there needs
House.
to be
No, you leave
some type
Denny's
of
out of this.
Look, I want a Grand Slam witch, and that's going to cost me my life.
I've been in that
It
parking
will
lot.
if you're
Yeah.
after the parking lot situation.
Speaking of costing your life and food that will make you cost your life, Smile
Caden gets
and
it.
Tonoyasu.
Yeah.
Mark, please. Your
Um,
notes.
So we find out that Tonoyasu was a daimyo under Kozuki Odin, known as the Hedgehog because of his hair. Very funny. Ha ha ha.
And he's got blue hair, so
And he's got blue hair.
Mhm.
so Sonic Human Sona.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sonic Gajinka. But the
God.
the
A true fan.
smile the smile fruit being learning, okay, it's not just fake devil fruit. There are bad ones, and only the best get reserved for the best.
There's
gifters.
guinea pig fruit
Yeah.
that they tested early on that some of them would curse you for life. To laugh.
and only laugh. Your sadness would be removed. Like you can't express sadness whatsoever. And so
even the like good ones though, like the quote unquote good ones, like there's still like what, like a 50-50 chance of you dying anyway.
Oh my god! I can't believe we glossed over this. And even the ones that are like the best ones is like, don't worry, you're gonna have the best time ever, forever, because you're gonna get the actual powers. Maybe your ass is just a hippo now. Maybe it's a whole hippo that has its own mind and brain.
But
Maybe you got a
Close
hippo.
its mouth, and then you don't get to speak anymore because the hippo's
maybe
shut up.
maybe your butt is an entire gorilla.
but
Oh, we haven't met them yet. I'm sorry.
but you know, like you're gonna have powers. You're gonna be cool. I mean, here's the other thing: if it was one person who had like hippo butt and was like, "My life's over," like this, like you are in a group of people who have like the same energy. Like if it's like one person, then we have a situation with like what was his name, Duvall or whatever, with Sanji. But it's like
Mhm.
this at least it's like you're one person in a group of other freaks of the week. Like you found your people, you all actively made this choice, and now you must live with the consequences.
This sucks.
Yeah, man.
That's
Like-
basically every meeting.
There's
Like, if you
there's so
were-
much. Like Odin was really just like, I want to make some real freaks. Like I just want to make. If
You
people
don't
were laughing
say.
at Kaku, like no, let's.
I was literally gonna say, I was like, if you guys were annoyed about the Kaku design, just wait until
Who is-
you get
who
to
is-
these people.
What was that? Was Kaku?
The
Giraffe.
giraffe guy from EBDB,
Right.
not EBDB, Impel Down.
Okay. So what was
Usopp with Boolean turned off.
Right. Cop Usopp. Right.
N64
Cop
Usopp.
N64 Usopp.
Right. Cop Sop. So here's my ultimate question. What was the name of Hippo Butt? Because all I was just like, I'm not going to remember your name. You're going to be Hippo Butt in my brain forever. That's how I'm going to remember you. But like,
He has a name?
yeah.
I mean, probably.
I mean, I just know him as Hippo Butt.
Uh,
What do his friends call him? What does his mom call him?
Captain Hippo Butt.
Babanuki?
Oh. Babanuki? Are you
no,
sure?
Babanuki was the
The warden.
elephant.
Right.
I'm looking at a page of gifters.
All right,
and
I'm looking at him.
Don't.
Oh,
know.
Dobon? Dobon? Is this the guy who's like in a hippo mouth?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dobon.
in a hippo mouth. He has no butt. It's a hippo. He has
Ye-
no backside. It's just
Well, he's wearing-
hippo.
It's all
Okay.
front side.
I'm looking at this guy's
Talk about
character design.
optimism.
I'm encouraging the listeners at home to Google Dobon, like Wano, One Piece, whatever, to see an image of this guy, because I feel like the age-old argument could be made here. Looking at this guy, he is wearing pants. Now, does he wear pants like a human, or does he wear
God,
cushiony?
no! Stop it! Stop it! I hate this. I hate that.
This is going to be the best Smasher Pass stream ever.
Oh my god.
It takes so long. No, it's not. We're just gonna say pass for everybody.
For every gifter except for
Yeah.
Speed.
God. Anyway, I don't know
They're
if I
built
fully
different.
remembered this guy at all, and seeing him
How
colored
could you
with
forget
pants.
him?
There's
His
a lot of
entire
people.
Everything is a hippo butt.
There's a lot of other weirdos, Caden. I need you to understand this.
So many weirdos.
You're gonna meet more weirdos.
I'll never forget this man for as
Also,
long as I
if-
live.
If you look at his design, he is squatting in the hippo mouth. Like look at where the knees are and where
Yeah.
The front legs are.
he's just
That
squatting
guy
in a
is
hippo.
That guy's like cowboy walking. Like his
It's the
stance could not
worst-
be wider.
Well, he's got to balance it out because his butt is a. I cannot stress this enough.
I don't know. You stress those T's pretty intensely.
His butt
But
is a
But-
hippo, and it's not even
Well-
the whole hippo. It's just the front half.
Do you think the
So
guy
his
Also,
butt
who
is
a very
has?
stressed
hippo.
hippo.
So is this
Do you
a
think-
success or?
Do you think if whoever has the hippo, like the hippo animal devil fruit or whatever, do you think they'd be offended looking at this guy?
Yeah,
They'd be
I'm offended looking at him.
Yeah. Do you
I
think
just get some
Wapple-
ideas.
Do you think Wapple would be offended looking at this guy?
I think
I guess he's
Wapple
more
would
of a
hate this guy.
Yeah.
I think Wapple specifically would look at this guy as like, who's this freak?
Yeah.
I think there would be a funny Walpole mirror gag for just a second, and then, hey,
I don't want to stop talking about this
wait a
guy
minute.
because we're going to talk about something sad the second we're done ripping on this guy.
All we're doing this episode is just trying to
Delaying the
postpone
inevitable.
trauma.
Yeah.
We're
It's-
trying not to talk about the sad things.
We all had smile fruit for breakfast.
No, we did not.
Anyhow, Toneyasu or Yasui is crucified and executed.
Well, he's put up on a cross and shot to death by
Yeah,
firing
so-
squad. So he's not necessarily crucified.
Hashtag blessed.
All right,
I'm so
that's the
sorry.
Episode title. That's the episode
I'm
title.
so sorry. That's my automatic response to when anybody says crucified, and I apologize for everybody at home.
You don't, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah,
you.
3 days later.
I'm so sorry. I'm a surviving Catholic. I'm allowed to say it. I'm sorry.
But speaking of funny jokes, after he hits the ground, the entire town laughs at him because they are
God.
all poisoned with the smile fruit.
Yeah,
This
all
is
of
so
yeah,
sad.
all of the citizens of Ebisu come to see him executed and all laugh, including his daughter Toko, who we meet. That was a I don't know the term, but was an attendant to
Yeah, like a handmaiden.
something like that, to like a Komurasaki, who we now know to be Hiyori. So
Yeah.
there's so many people.
This
The-
sucks.
Child.
I wonder how they play the Toko Otoko joke in the dub. Because like, how do they translate it? Do they translate her name?
No.
Yeah. So, okay, all right. I don't know. I just random thought of like, huh?
Either Google it or like fucking get over it. Sorry, I took the away from Al.
Wow.
Google anything. I'm not a poor.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Al is never gonna be able to swear again.
If I have anything to say about it.
Google it or get
Oh, no.
over it. Woof.
Listen, if
Harsh.
you can't do your own research on stuff, it's like, well, that's something I don't understand. Okay, maybe learn how to understand that using, I don't know, the modern day Library of Alexandria. It's not hard. It's not hard to put it. It's like,
Fandom.wiki.
Listen, that's one of my favorite things about manga in general, and it's the translator's notes. It's just like, hey, did you not understand that? Here, cool. We're gonna put it in the back of the book. Read it. So many. There's a lot
All
of tender love
according-
and care there. There's a lot
All
of tender love
according-
and care there.
All according to Kikaku.
Kikaku means plan. See, and everybody knows that. All right. If you know that, then you should understand this joke. It should be very simple and easy and fun and funky fresh. Okay, it's not that hard.
I'm
Speaking
sorry.
of bridges to get over, let's go back to the snow place. Well, a couple
We're going
things
back
happened.
to the smoke? Wait.
Yes,
I thought we were still
because-
talking about. Okay.
We didn't finish
no.
talking about the smile fruit.
I mean, did we not?
Well, I thought we were like still talking about the freaking the crucifixion. Yeah.
It's all tied together.
It was
Yeah, he
so-
died.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Don't
And Smile Fruit people
gotta like the worst thing that ever happened.
That was
Smile
my.
Fruit people were crying but laughing at the same time, which was
Yeah, we
really,
talked about
really
that.
upsetting.
Did
It's
you
really
mention that
upsetting.
Orochi systematically made it so that the people were poisoned, and that's how they all ended up like that? And because he figured out
Not
that
even.
the bites in the apple. Oh, look, they tested it, but now the fruit is like null and void. But the effects of the giggle me happy fruit now will just permeate no matter what. And it's like, oh, my
Mhm.
people are starving. I'm gonna throw these at them because I don't like them being sad. Because
Literally
it's
withholding
ruining my
food but giving them
frickin' vibes.
experimental
Drugs.
poison fruit.
Well, not even that, but like he tossed him at like the poorest, like the
That's
town
what he
who was
specifically
like
did it. He's
poor
just like,
and
I'm gonna
starving.
throw it over there, and they're gonna see food in a bag. And it's just like, well, it's garbage. It's like, well, it's garbage, but
This is a perfectly good apple.
it's
like, I don't-
it's good enough.
I can't remember
This
if
is-
this
And
was
then they can't
also.
stop laughing, and it's the worst.
This is
I
how
can't
Orochi
remember-
is number one punchable face.
I can't remember if this was also like targeted, like specifically because like he has history with this guy. Like I don't remember if this was where he originally grew up or if he just like whatever, but like specifically he's got beef with him, and it's like it's poor taste to begin with.
Yeah, those
That's
apples
like
taste bad.
the top
Oh
note.
my
The top
God.
note, poor taste. The rest of the notes, I'm not allowed to say because I've already used up all of Al's swear words for the episode.
Why? I haven't even banked any yet. How do I have negative swear words?
Because
Listen.
we're taking them from you when you're not paying attention.
Al, we're really sorry.
Man, if we had a swear jar,
Oh no.
Molly would be paying for this entire
I
podcast.
would be bankrupt. Yeah. I just, man. Yeah. I don't learn my
Embezzlement.
lesson. So I mean, yeah, it would be a yeah.
I'm in pain.
Anyway,
So
I guess
so
we could
part-
move on.
smile for
part
for
of-
this.
I guess to wrap up the Yasue Tonoyasu thing is this is where the Straw Hats sort of expose that they're in town and just cause a whole bunch of chaos to try to save his body to properly inter it. And as that's happening, or during this whole thing, we find out that somehow the plan of people with this particular tattoo on their ankle are still loyal to the Kozuki clan and are planning something. And with Yasu's final
They
words,
all the same spring break trip.
yeah,
I
it's-
was literally gonna be like, I love how they all got like little slutty tattoos on their ankles.
God, if it was on like the small of their back, that would
I
be
wish.
so funny.
Listen. We're gonna save that for our own original One Piece characters. we all grouped together. We all got little tramp stamps together to signify that we're part of the crew.
Part of the tramp, part of the stamp. Terrible.
Anyway, sorry, yeah, they're
Um,
loyal.
So with Yasu's like final sort of last words, he takes some of the attention off of that being like, this was just a prank.
Lol, Jk.
Lol JK, just a prank, and thereby, at least for the moment, saving the plan. And by changing it to be they meet at a different place, blah blah blah, and so
Wink.
Orochi stays paranoid, and yeah, Orochi sucks. What an asshole. I think goes without saying.
This guy is listen, I know we talked about it with Buggy before, but this guy specifically is somebody who doesn't deserve it, but has like succeeded upwards. And it's just so annoying.
Well, the thing is like he actually like went in with a plan to do stuff, and this was like systematically was helped by people who like
his
brought
mom
him
had
up.
a plan.
Like there was a whole thing that was like he, we're gonna make this all happen. Buggy's just like, oops, and then here we are. And Buggy,
There was no grudge there. It's just, I want this.
I need to
Yeah.
be very specific about this. Orochi didn't come up with this. That lady did. I don't know if it's his mom, but it's the one person who put the idea of power into his head. It was all her idea. Like this guy is so dumb. It's not he's not even his original plan. It's somebody else's plan that they used him basically as a pawn. But like it worked out for both of them.
Yeah.
But like this guy is too dumb to come up with this kind of thing.
yeah, but like he had like he worked alongside, and he's got his own things going on, and he succeeded, and he got the big fruit thing and all that stuff. Blah blah blah. Buggy's just like, I'm gonna steal a fruit. Hey Buggy, what you doing? Oh, crud. That's Buggy's whole plan. That was it. That was the whole thing.
Buggy unintentionally clowning it up.
Good for him.
All right. What else on your list, Mark,
What
do we
about
have left to talk about in this part?
I
What's
hit
left?
the game show music.
No.
No, we know what the next one is. Don't worry.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We haven't
See
talked
how
about
you like it.
we haven't talked about
No, no.
Kawamatsu yet. The Kappa fishman.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
that
he
was
was
a member
We're
of
also
the-
in prison.
Yep.
Yes, he was actually the character. When you asked who your favorite characters were during this part, he was up there. I like him.
He
Very cool.
was one of the few members of the Kozuki attendants, the 9 red sheaths, scabbards, whatever you want to call them,
Yeek.
that was planning for the raid, that stayed behind for the 20 years, helped take care of Hiyori, and also gathered weapons over the course of, I guess, 7 years, because 13 of those years were raising Hiyori. Yeah.
Hashtag single dad, man.
Is he Zoan or like?
No, he's a fishman.
He's a fishman.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was
the
a
whole thing.
specific couple of panels where he talks about running away with his mom.
Yeah.
That was a
And-
fishman, and
yeah,
was like, "Don't you be proud of who you are," sort of a
Yeah.
thing.
Well, the thing is she was just like, hey, letting you know that like for your entire life, because of who you are, people will hate you for no reason, and I want you to know, I love you very much, and
Thanks, man.
maybe it's just like you should be proud of who you are, but if it gets a little rough, maybe pretend to be a Kappa for a bit.
Like,
and that
just
was the whole
throw him
thing.
off
Like,
the
it's like,
set.
I'm gonna pretend to be a Kappa for a bit because it's like, oh, you're a zone and everything like that. And other people are like, somehow that's fine, but being a fishman not fine. And it's like, you people suck. Also,
Yeah.
he's
Weird
really
prejudice. Yeah,
Awesome.
there's before we even see who he is, there's something so like, how do I say it without swearing? He's so
You can do it, Molly.
I don't even know what
He's-
you're trying to say.
he's like, before we know who he is, there's like a really like bad
You
moment.
can say ass.
Oh, okay, he's a badass then.
I've
He's such a
said
badass.
asshole like 5 times.
I don't know, Mark. I'm just scared at this point. Don't even be mad at me. Anyway, he had a really
Molly's
badass.
gripping her swear card like Ace's Viva card.
You guys can't see my hands are shaking right now from the adrenaline of not swearing.
So are mine of taking notes of people swearing.
Anyway, it's like a really badass moment of like when we just see him silhouetted in the prison bars and he just spits out like an entire fish bone. And that should have been my first clue that this guy was a fishman. But it's like, I was just like, whoa, this guy's so cool that like he's eating fish raw and spitting out the bones. And I didn't even question it. I was like, whoa. I was like, it's
That's
prison.
how you assert dominance.
You're in prison. You're gonna do weird stuff. It didn't even cross my mind that he could be a fishman. I just thought he was cool.
Well-
Anyway, I love him and I would die for him. And he's very sweet, single dad. I appreciate him. And he's
Molly
just
has a very
just,
loose idea of how prison works.
I've never been, but this is what TV tells me happens.
Yeah, I remember watching Oz on HBO back in the day and saw a dude eat a whole fish and was like, this guy's badass.
Listen, I'm just saying, if I was in prison and I saw a guy do this, I would be like, I'm not messing with this guy. Like, this guy's the freak of the week. I'm not.
That's the thing. If you ever go to prison, remember, just bring a whole fish with you and eat it in front of everybody else and people won't mess with you. Mostly because they'll
Not
think
what I
you're-
thought.
Leave me alone.
Not what I thought you were going to go with that. I thought you were going to say, if you go to prison, remember to be the freak of the week in prison so no one messes with you. And you went with the fish thing instead.
What do you want your final meal to be? A big tuna. And I'm going to eat it all whole on the slab and
Yeah.
everybody's going to have to watch.
Yep.
And they'll let me
Quiet.
go.
Yeah. And then they'll
Anyway,
see, I'll be
Toneyasu
like,
died.
"Ha-ha."
Moving on.
Oh.
You're the worst.
Sorry.
Now you
Okay.
deserve Molly to
Okay.
swear.
Yeah.
We're already over number. We got that.
I
Hey,
only have so many unsweared swears, dang.
Oh,
Prison
right.
What?
break?
Can we circle back for a minute?
yeah, what do you want to talk about? Hey, Caden,
Queen
What do you wanna talk
screwed up and
we did talk about that.
unlocked Charlotte Linland's memory. Big Mom came back, and then there was a whole thing of just like, uh-oh, we got to get out of here. And Kaido shows up, and Kaido's just like, bruh, why did you? Now she's here. And then they started having a whole argument, and it's turned into a whole thing. And everyone's like, we got to get out of here. Like 5 minutes later, they came back. It's
No.
like,
They fought. So they knocked Big Mom out again, and Queen leaves immediately to take Big Mom back to Onigashima to Kaido, where they have their argument and start to
but
fight.
it was also like, why did you bring her here? Like, this is the exact thing. We didn't
So that there
want
could be a
this.
jailbreak.
Yeah, I mean, yes, obviously for that reason. But Kaido's just like, bruh, no,
I do
come
love.
on.
I do love that Kaido came home from like a hard day of drinking, and he opened the door and he's like, "Why did you let her into my house?
The
I
whole
hate
plan was
her."
that we were just going to be like, we'll close the building for a day, put a "We're not home" sign on there, but leave the package at the door, and then she'll just go away. And you
Is this
brought her
the-
here, and now she's here, and she knows we're here.
This is the
And-
equivalent of like you were roommates, like they were roommates,
Oh my god!
and they just had they
No.
they parted on like really bad terms, and then seeing each other again and just being like, "I hate you. Why are you here?" Like this. why?
Queen tweeted, "I can't believe Kaido leaves his key under his mat," and Big Mom was like, "Bet."
But
And then like they have this whole thing. They start an argument, and then we just kind of like look away for a minute, and then we come back, and then they're just like, "Oh yeah, no, we're drinking together. What's up, everybody? We're forming an alliance." Two of the most powerful people in all of the Everything Forever.
Yeah, these are emperors. Like,
Their
They-
combined bounty is more than Whitebeard's and more than Rogers as a single person.
over 1 billion
Yes.
together.
just hashtag things that make Marines worried, things that prevent Marines from sleeping at night. You know,
Like-
just the things.
As they announce their alliance, we also find out that Orochi has somehow, from someone we don't know who, learned about Yasue's slight of like, oh no, that was a misdirect. There has been a change in plans, and so he has an informant on the inside, and we don't know who that is yet. And as we learn about the alliance, the world learns about the alliance. The curtain on Act 2 falls, and we get our little intermittent in between, where this was 2 chapters, and they say so much happens
There's
in
a
these
lot
2
of
chapters.
stuff that happens here.
So Garp returns with the royal family to the Ryugu Kingdom and talks about, oh yeah, something happened at Alabasta, and then we change scenes. Morgans is trying to decide what news to publish and ends up beating up a member of Cypherpole. Which is like,
Shout
good
out
for
to
him.
Morgans. Morgans is the best. I love
Dude,
Morgans.
Like, I was so interested. Like, this is when I really started being like, who is this guy? Because like during Whole Cake, that was one thing of just like, you're very interesting. And then during these little intermissions, I'm just like, what? Who the hell are you?
Well, this whole time we're wondering, like, does he work directly for the government? And now he doesn't.
He
so-
doesn't.
We thought he was government approved newspaper, and we find out that he's like what's the like
He's
really
New York
celebrity
Post?
trashy no like what's the you go to
TMZ?
Target TMZ, it's like the he's like freaking TMZ. Also, can I just say for the Cyberpool guy that he knocked out, can you imagine being undercover for this guy for an X amount of time, and then you get your butt handed to you by freaking Big Bird? Like, how do you go back? How do you go back to the Cyberpole after that? Like, I'm not trying to
Big
take
albatross
away.
man.
I'm
What
not
you're
trying to
thinking
take
about
away.
is National Enquirer.
That's the one.
Mm,
Yeah, because TMZ
The
is
Sun.
is television.
yes.
Oh
not a
no! What
magazine.
is? No, what's the freaking? I mean, Al is in the same ballpark. as me.
National
It's like
Enquirer is the one that's just like, hey, look,
Or the New
Bat
York
Boy,
Post.
Bat Boy helped the army solve world hunger. And it's like, cool, no? Pretty sure that didn't happen.
no. I'm talking about when you're like in line at Target and you're looking
Yeah.
at the gum selection,
Yes,
and then there's
National
like the
Enquirer. That's
National
exactly what
Enquirer.
it is, Molly.
That's where the vampire bat baby
Yes.
picture is from.
Yeah.
I'm googling it just so I know. I mean,
Don't-
obviously I don't.
Stop learning things. I'm right.
That's why you don't Google.
No,
Shut up. I'm
yeah.
right. Shut up.
You use your gut. You gut goal.
Magazine.
I'm sorry.
Why are we pausing?
Because Molly,
I don't know.
I don't
Molly.
know.
Molly,
What? I
Hey, shout out to Something Happened to Sabo. Then we cut away.
that is literally
Yeah.
Caden.
thinking about-
Caden, That is literally what I have in my notes. Something happened to Sabo. Next.
It's terrifying. Moving on.
We learn that Drake is actually a cop.
No
and
way.
He's working
Who would have guessed?
with
Me?
Kobe as a member of something called Sword.
Kobe, you're worth so much more than this. Dump his ace.
Dump his
okay?
dinosaur ace.
You
They're
don't
in-
listen.
they're in the
you
baby
are
cop
worth
club.
More.
Oh no, yeah, Kobe is a baby cop.
They're in Baby Cop Club.
Baby cop
Woo-woo.
court.
Dude.
instead of it being woo woo woo, it's woo woo.
Oh my god.
We're the little police officer car.
While Drake is on the phone with Kobe, we learn that he is on his way to arrest Boa Hancock because one of the results of Reverie was all of the countries voting to disband the Shichibukai system, which means all of the up until now current former Shichibukai are being approached by the
Warlords.
Marines to be arrested.
I have a question
Warlords
for
no more.
Caden. I have a question for Caden.
Yeah, that's me. What's up?
If you could pick any Marine to go and arrest Boa Hancock, is Kobe who you would pick, or would you
No.
pick somebody else?
No. I know exactly who I'd pick.
Who'd you pick?
I'd pick Smoker.
Oh yeah.
You're
you
welcome.
know what?
See,
I
you
walked
forgot
into
about
that one.
Smoker?
I walked into that
No,
one.
Smoker is a perfect choice. Smoker is a perfect choice. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Smoker's just like, well, see, Garp would just be like, I'm going to try and get you out of here. And Smoker's just like, you're going to take me to where Luffy is. And she's like, I want to go there too. So maybe this is a benefit. Let's go. You have a boat. I want to go there. And like, Smoker is already on the outs with them. And it's just like, yeah, sure. You're on our side, aren't you, Smoker? And the Marines are definitely looking at him like, you think this guy's going to like betray us or something? You think he's actually going to
But also, Smoke is kind of already powdered rock, so what could happen to him?
I do want to like throw in just to remind you guys a little flavor context. I'm excited for when Kobe gets there because, as we've seen in One Piece chapter covers, like Boa has put up like. I'm trying to think of it in terms of measurement.
I thought you were going to try to not curse again, and I'm like, how?
She put up like a billboard size photo of Luffy in like town square, and there's no way Kobe is not going to see it. And I feel like because didn't we just see? No, wait, maybe, I don't know. But like, I feel like Kobe has just been around people who know Luffy. And I feel like he's gonna like go in with a purpose and then see the poster and just start sweating because he wants to talk about Luffy so bad.
The gif of Abe Simpson, Grandpa Simpson, walking in, seeing Bart, and then turning around and walking back out. That's Kobe right now. So it's like,
we're gonna hard cut to see what Kobe's up to, and he's gonna be having tea with Boa, talking about Luffy, and then he gets up and does like the Midwesterner, like, "Welp, we gotta head out now," and then be like, "Oh yeah, why did you stop by again?" And be like, "To arrest you, right. Anyway, let's get back to it. We're gonna talk more about Luffy on the boat.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Well,
I don't know which of these scenes I like better between Mihawk's like, I'm literally going to kill every single one of them.
That's my favorite one.
And Buffy's like, I'm going to let every single one of my subordinates die in order to get away. I don't know which between the two I like better.
I know exactly which one I like. And I like Mihawk's because Mihawk's is like, I'm the only one here. Yeah, and there's a million of us. It's like, yeah. That's not enough.
I like them odds.
With Mihawk, I love it because it's it's like most people would be concerned about the amount of people coming to take him to jail, and him just being like, like deep sighing and like putting down the glass of red wine he just poured.
Gets out his butter knife.
Yeah. It's the like, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Mihawk so much because he's gotten to a point where he's my philosophy is that you never stop growing in life. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. You're never going to be perfect. But Mihawk became the best swordsman in the world
Yeah, he's
so
Sean Connery.
quickly. Yeah,
He hit max level and stayed there.
so quickly, and he's just like, it's like different people handle this level. Like Kaido, obviously, like he's undefeatable. He's been challenged in a long time. So bored, he's willing to try to commit suicide for like a little bit of a thrill. Whereas like the other end of it is Mihawk just being like, everything is an inconvenience for him. Like he made a deal with the Marines prior, and he has to show up, when they call him, and even that is just like.
Yeah, he used his strength to be able to afford his hobby of collecting nice wines.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing in his free time.
And regrets that like there is a level of obligation that he has to commit to every once in a while, and it's just so inconvenient.
They always interrupt his me time.
Big
Yeah,
ant energy.
I do. I also love the idea of like them rolling up and him being like, "How'd you guys find me?" And then they look at the freaking Tim Burton-esque island they're on, and they're like, "I don't know. It was this or Thriller Bark, and I guess we got it right." Like
we flipped a coin. And
Hot
we
topic
just decided
manager
to
of the
come here
month
first.
picture outside.
I imagine the annoyance of being like, great, now I gotta find another gothic island to live on and hope no one else lives on it except for monkeys that I befriended or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's got a lot. You know what?
Man.
I take it back. He's got a lot going on.
And to be fair, we have seen more than one goth island, so there's
there's got to be another one.
Listen,
chances
not
are
all goths get along. There's different vibes.
Comedy comes in
technically,
threes.
Thriller Bark is a ship.
All right, so then we yeah. I see why he would be
which means you can
concerned
make
about
your own
moving.
ship.
Yeah.
Well, just make a gothic ship.
The real goth island were the islands we made along the way.
Yeah, you're right.
This little freaking tub boat.
What we don't see is the endless, like he has a downstairs that's a full wine cellar.
Oh, it's absolutely. It's got to be so freaking cold on that island because there's like it's all cloud covered and like dark and crap.
That's the guy who like drinks for fun and like has excellent metabolism and doesn't get drunk. So he's just like, well, I'm just drinking this bottle of wine because I have it here and I'm just trying to chill out and relax. And
Today's about me.
Feeling a little tipsy and then immediately sober. It's like, crud.
Goes to bed.
Well, I feel like it's like, listen, I'm not a doctor, but what I hear is that out of all of the alcohol y'all could be drinking, red wine has at least some benefits to drinking it. Like it's good for your blood or something. And he's like a kind of vampire, so
Anyhow, now that you know, I'm gonna cut everyone in half.
A cross sword. Yeah.
What is a man?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, also Buggy.
The big final like stretch of information that we get from this interlude is we finally get a check-in from the thing that we heard about chapters ago, which at this point is like half a year of the Rocks Pirates. And we learn more about that Whitebeard, Charlotte, and Kaido were three members of the same crew with Shiki the Golden Lion, Silver Axe, Captain John, who we've heard and seen. He was a zombie on Thriller Bark, and Wang Zi. There were, and of course, the captain of the crew was Rox D. Zebek, who we don't see a picture of. We see a silhouette. Which means I hope to God we see him eventually.
He's reminiscent of the Insane Clown Posse bumper sticker.
Me slowly inching out my theory board. So excited to talk about the implications of this crew. How crazy is that, though? We now know
juggalos, if you will.
Yeah. We have an idea of who was on this ship, and I know we joke about it in this day and age, but this is literally a scenario where everybody on this crew had main character energy. And man, I wonder why they aren't together anymore.
Who could
But
have?
also, what kind of a pirate can like manage that as captain?
Somebody who is like the freak of the year.
And the Freak of the Year award goes to
Buggy?
Roxy Zabek.
Yeah,
So-
I don't.
To
It's
be
crazy.
fair, we do know one other person who's doing exactly that.
Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Oh.
Wait.
Buggy?
no. Good God,
In the back of the class, unsure.
everybody. Does anybody else want to throw a guess out there?
Sorry, can you reiterate the question just so I know the
it's
context?
Blackbeard.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
One person's been paying attention in class today.
Uh,
One person.
man,
Y'all didn't do your homework?
that's gonna be so annoying for Whitebeard though. Like, can you imagine coming from a family from that crew and being like, I'm never gonna be like you, Dad, and then you pick up somebody like Blackbeard along the way, and it's like, I'm gonna raise my kids right, and then this guy is doing the exact same thing. Feels bad, dude.
Thing that
Skip a
Uncle
generation,
Rox did.
Yeah, I'd like skipped a generation, I guess.
Yeah.
The thing we learn about them is that, look, we're doing great on time right now. And
Are we?
yeah, we are. We're actually
are.
doing phenomenally on time. And the thing that we learn is there was an incident on an island named God Valley.
Was.
They were defeated by the team of
Say it.
Garp
Say
and Roger.
Yeah.
And this is where Garp got his nickname of the hero of the Marines, because
This
they
is the-
defeated the Rocks Pirates that day.
This is the hashtag big deal. This is this is where Garth
And
got his
this
epithet
moment was so momentous that they part of it was that they saved some celestial dragons.
Ew.
Ew. And that Garp
There's an underlying thing there too. That
Garp at will can be an admiral and has been asked many times throughout his career since this
Yes.
incident. We want you
Yes.
to be an admiral, and he
And he
said,
said,
"No, I'll have to work
"Cringe."
under those creeps."
No,
He said,
bro.
"That's cringe."
I don't want to write the schedule, bro. I'm not doing that.
This is
Ew.
where I'm going to defend Garp a little more. There is a second part to that they kind of. You're welcome, Molly. There's a second part that they do talk about, and they kind of just yada yada over it because it's like, yeah, he didn't want to do it
Yada
because
yada.
it was because he'd be doing stuff for the celestial dragons, and then like 2 pages later, they're just like, yes, he worked alongside Rogers, the celestial dragons, and the celestial dragon slaves to actually beat the Rocks Pirates. Say that one last part again.
What was that last
the
bit?
thing that Garp was helping, so he's just like, oh, these people who are serving underneath the celestial dragons are about to get completely screwed over. Yeah, I'll go help. I'm not helping because they're there. I'm helping because they're the people that they're like under their thumb are there and they need help. Hey, Gold Roger, what you doing? You want to go kick some ass? Let's go.
As far as we understand, at this point in history, and I don't even know if we've heard about this since, and I'm being 100% honest about that, Caden. The thing that we know is that they were both on the island at the same time for different reasons.
Yeah.
I
It
Well,
wasn't
Roger,
a
can
th-
Roger's
it
gonna be
wasn't
anywhere
a
from
thing
reasons.
where it was like, let me call up my old buddy Goldie Roger.
Can
Well, the thing is Garp probably did like have his number though.
have my hand raised so aggressively.
There actually is a hand raised mechanic in the thing that we
What?
use.
Really? Hang on, I
Yes.
wanna do it.
Molly.
Okay.
Yes, Molly, you in the front.
All right.
Yeah,
Can
there
I-
it is.
A little peek behind the curtain for Caden. We still don't. Al, wait your turn. We still don't know like the full story about this event, but I will say whatever happened, because we don't know, whatever happened
Big H.
during this thing was enough. Okay, context wise, whatever happened during this event like gave Roger the enough assurance to be like, hey Garp, I'm dying and in jail. You're gonna take care of my kid. Like whatever happened, this is the event. This is the event where they've like fought together against a common enemy, whatever. But like also like probably were bro enough that he feels comfortable giving his kid to Garp. And the
Deals
fact-
were had. Humans were trafficked.
Not even that, but that he says to his face, like he's like, "Why would you tell? Like, why would you tell me that? I'm gonna turn your kid in." And he goes, "No, you won't." I know you. No, you won't.
No, you won't.
And you will keep them safe. And it's like, bro,
But
I want to know what happened so badly at this island. It's driving me crazy.
I mean, for that and other reasons.
Yeah, but it's just like mostly my thing. But also, it's like we find out with all this stuff is that the younger recruits in the Marines don't even know prior to this why Garp is called the hero of the Marines, specifically because he had to partner with Roger to take them down. And that's so crazy to me that they could have just like given, and I think they do kind of, they give Garp all the credit in terms of like taking them down. But it's like the fact that they don't like lie and brag about it internally to be like kind of a big deal, hashtag big deal or whatever. But the fact that they keep it quiet in the facility of like, it's like someone has to have asked at some point to be like, why is Garp named that? Like, why is Garp the hero of the Marines? And like, I feel like it becomes a gaslighting situation where someone goes, oh, you don't know? This guy doesn't, hey, everybody, this guy doesn't know, but none of them know. And they just use it to haze each other.
That sounds right.
Well, it's also like, it's an example of the Marines and the world government covering something up in the very recent past, let alone like the Void Century and everything else. So there's
The
tons of
government
stuff
lies.
we don't know. Thanks, government.
The context that they provide is that only people that were directly involved in that operation are the only
Yeah.
people that know, because
It's
the
like the full
records
truth.
the records have been wiped clean because God Valley no longer exists. Where it was in the ocean, there is nothing. It has been wiped out of every map. There is no indicator that God Valley ever happened. And the only people that know are the military. And they're keeping that close to themselves for a reason. I hope to God they will tell us someday.
Do you
Because
guys
this is way too interesting.
do you guys think that the reason why God Valley doesn't exist anymore
Yes, Molly, go ahead.
because they all had Valley accents?
Oh my god.
Hold on.
You ever think
Hold on.
about
Hold on.
Molly
Hold on. I have something from this.
You ever
They literally stayed out of Malibu,
Oh my God.
Lebowski at the island.
Malibu
What?
They hit Goldie Roger in the head with a coffee cup and
This
said,
is-
"Stay out of Malibu."
One of those times I wish we did webcams just so you guys could see the stupid look on my face I had for like 2 minutes when I came up with this show.
And
I
I hope you
can't
could
breathe.
see my hand surgically attached to my forehead.
You're allowed to be. You grew up here, so if anybody's
Shaw.
allowed to be offended.
Sodded.
Shut it.
How dare you? That's appropriation.
Uh-oh. Oh God, they're here. The cops are here. California cops.
Sort of the Jesus. The California cop.
What is happening?
California.
This
What
is
is
the-
happening?
This is the first recording. In 2 weeks, we are going to be saying nothing. Sort
You're
of,
going to be saying that.
because I'm going to be dead.
Oh, guys, Goldie Roger's outside.
Mark didn't take his vitamins today. That's why he's dying.
No, I keep looking at my anxiety medication and reminding myself, no, I took them.
We're just that good.
Did I take them today? Yeah, I did. I always make sure to take them before recording for no reason. But
It
the
was
Yeah,
last
I wonder
thing,
why.
the,
Just start
Wow.
crushing him up and snorting him.
the last thing that
The sound of the razor blade hitting.
Jesus, the last thing before we come away from the Marines
away.
is that they all just kind of note,
What was that, Molly?
man, a lot of people go through Wano, don't they? Yeah, isn't that weird? And then that's the end of the scene.
Hey, what
They're
happened
like,
to Sabo?
legally we
Cut.
can't. Legally, we can't discuss it further than that.
Caden, one of these interludes doesn't happen for a very long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a bit of a primer, this is the last time we look at the outside world in a very, very, very,
Oda-
very, very long in-world time.
Oda's like, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spice
Wait,
it.
wait, wait.
I'll
What do
do a
you
little
mean
spice
very long
bay.
in world of time? There can't possibly be years between.
Sorry, our world.
Thank
I
you.
misspoke. Our world.
Okay.
I think it's at least a year before we see anything about the outside world, and everybody just like, okay, interesting. But can we go back to the thing
No, it's
where
like
you talked
COVID all
about?
over again.
Maybe
It's not even a complete thought. It's just the hint of maybe something interesting's here. Goodbye.
Oh,
What?
wait. That was another thing. Is the Marines mention? All right. Well, if the special science group is working on something that they feel confident that we can abolish the warlord system, then I guess we're gonna have to wait to see what that is. And that's like, what the hell are you talking about? What does that mean? Who is that?
It was very like, I'm sorry, what? And it's like, nope, we're already moving on. But it's like the like panels of just Garp. That was just for me. Like he was like, all
Yeah.
right, it's gonna be a minute before we see Garp again, and I'm tired of getting like text messages and letters from this one fan. I'm gonna just throw Garp in there a little bit, just a little bit of Garp.
1 year later.
I just need some silence.
For the love of God, let me get through this arc. It's already hard enough doing it.
Another letter from Molly comes into the
Did you
mail
remember
slot.
to draw him hot, Oda? Did you remember?
Yes, I did. Dear God, help, help.
You just his one reply, one sentence saying, "Do I
His
ever
one reply?
not draw him hot?" And I'm
Hey.
like,
Who
all
are
right, say
you
no
and
more.
why are you talking to me?
Hey, so I can't believe we actually did it, but we made it. We made it to the end of Act 2.
We did say there was a prison break, right?
We did say there was a prison break.
That's something
We
we
did.
said.
At the
That's
beginning,
important.
that was like an hour and 40 minutes ago.
In the beginning, no, we talked about Luffy and Kid.
When Queen took Big Mom away,
Yeah.
there was a prison break.
Okay,
and
good.
yeah, that.
I feel like they'll come for us if we didn't mention that at least.
But what I
Molly,
wanted to
we
say
talked
before
about
we
that
wrap
the most,
up,
I feel.
does anybody want to talk about any other characters that aren't in this arc that we hate?
Again? Oh man, hang on, let me get my list out.
So okay, all right.
I do. This is sort of unrelated to this, but it's kind of related to the fact that it's a kabuki play. Is that in between acts they would have interludes that would be like from other plays. So the fact that we have this in here is, in fact, more traditional in a kabuki theater scenario, which is interesting.
Now I'm just imagining the like revelry in the Marine chapters. It's just the commercial break.
Essentially,
Yeah.
It's kind
Hey,
of relevant.
you know what happened to Sabo? No.
It's kind of relevant to this episode actually, but I do hate Blackbeard. We all know this, but we saw him for like a second, I think.
yeah, he was seeing the news and went, "Well, that's interesting," and that was kind of it.
Neat. And then
But
walked away.
in the actual like play, it's the understudies buying time so that the set can be reset and everybody
Right.
can change costumes and like it's just a little bit of buying time.
Anyway,
And
so
that
Anyway,
is their right.
super important lore that you're going to be really interested in until the next time this happens.
to buy some time, here's an interlude.
I mean, Oda
So
can just say Garp, and I would be like, yes, I'm listening. Like, yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, don't worry, Molly. We're going to talk a lot about old men in the next episode. So before we go, this is
Oh no.
that was all such a
She
natural
went
reaction.
off, Queen.
Since the Marineford episodes, finally.
Marineford Part 2. Third
Marineford
act.
Part 4.
5-part Molly. Um, but before we go, let's talk about where you could find us on the internet, because that seems to be constantly changing. Caden, let's start with you.
Oh, why me? I have more now.
We always start with you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you can find me. You can find me. You can find me on Twitch and Tumblr.
Goblin, though.
Caden Jensen. You can find me on Threads. Caden Jensen. You can find me on Blue Sky. Guess what it is? It's Caden Jensen. Yeah, so you can find me on basically everything but Twitter. So like, come find me. Like we'll have internet tea.
Wealth, fame, power.
Kiki.
If you want my social media, I left it all.
You can have it.
Left it all in one page.
You can have it. I don't want it. Hey, Al, how about you?
You can find me basically anywhere. I don't have a thread. I don't know what that
You
is
do have
yet.
a Twitch, though.
I do have a Twitch.
Mhm,
It's at Al McClellan Jr. ALMCCLELLANDJR. Good luck.
Good luck. You can find me everywhere at Mark Bidonica. If it is a person that looks like either a Tron program that Al drew or a Bonesman that Molly and Al drew, then it's probably me. If it's not that, then it's not me. So at Mark Bidonica, you can find me anywhere. How about you, Cap?
It's not that. It's Al.
Yeah, if it's not me, it's probably Al.
I'm currently waiting for the populace to decide if it's Threads or Blue Sky. So
That's why
once
I'm not being specific.
Yeah,
Do you want me to tell you what
Same.
both are saying? Threads is saying, "Yay, we currently have a place because Blue Sky's not letting us in," and Blue Sky's just like, "Thank God we dodged that bullet." And they're just like, "Quiet, everybody, be quiet. If we're quiet and we don't move, nobody will know where."
Yeah.
Our vision is based on movement.
But you know what's old faithful? Tumblr. You can
Garp.
absolutely find me and Garp on Tumblr. You can find me at Tumblr at Molly Flood, Molly K Flood. One is memes, one is art. Just take a look around. We also have a Yayo Talk Show Tumblr, which is just Yayo Talk Show .tumblr.com. So we post memes and stuff like that. So and I mean, I guess I'm still on Twitter, but
No, you're not.
But for what at this
I know.
point?
I mean, it's just
At what
going to be
cost?
archived at some point, but
Yeah.
Tumblr is your best bet until the people have decided on whatever the next quote unquote Twitter is going to be. So
Like the best way to help us out is to send people our Twitch or our Spotify profile.
you
'Cause
know,
we don't necessarily have a or a YouTube, because we're starting to put more stuff
Yeah.
up on our YouTube as well. Because in terms of like a current what we're up to social media, we're kind of seeing where the stuff falls as well. But
We're going to put the wind at our back.
thank you, Al. That was beautiful. You have such a way with words.
But
oh my God, Al.
Also, we're pirates.
Also, we're pirates.
Yeah.
Going along with how most arcs or sagas have ended. Now that you've listened to the episode, you've joined our crew. With that
Yay.
comes the responsibility.
What? I'm happy. Thank you for joining our crew. We have benefits here.
I'm staring at the finish line. With that comes
God,
the responsibility.
I really hope people listen to the outros.
Me too. The responsibility of telling your friends, leaving a comment, and following us all over social media at Yayo Talk Show, and letting Caden watch the show in one piece. So come aboard, and we'll see you next time on Yayo Talk Show.
Talking about One Piece.